What is up YouTube, my name is Clancy, and today we're going to be going over some of the most simplistic methods that you can do to improve your KDA in Cold War, probably Warzone, and the next Call of Duty coming. Because if you're mostly focused on improving your KDA, you're not really going to be in the state of performing better. When it comes to improving my KDA, I like to play Cold War's hardcore game modes because it's one-shot kill or two-shot kill sometimes for pretty much any single gun. The recommended weapons I suggest are something that you know how to use if you're looking to improve your KDA. So the recommended class that I'm going to suggest if you're trying to improve your KDA is a gun that you know how to use and don't feel pressured in using a gun that I suggest. But I'm going to suggest using shotguns because in hardcore, if you can get a good spawn trap, I guarantee you're going to pull 20 bomb games, 30 bomb games all of the time. Using things that allow you to aim down the sight quicker and things that allow you to shoot faster after movement as well. Those two things will greatly increase your ability to play. When it comes to assault rifles, I'm going to recommend the XM4 because that's the gun I personally enjoy. You can also use the AK-47 with no stock, which basically turns it into a micro machine gun. It turns it basically into the AK-47U. When it comes to using things like light machine guns though, that's a bit of a different story. Thermal scope on an LMG is your go-to. The main issue with LMGs is the fact that they don't really benefit you in a close quarter situation. You're never really going to get to use them unless you're just on the verge of a spawn trap and you can mow a bunch of people down. 90% of the time, that's not going to happen. So that's why I recommend using a thermal scope on an LMG because it's going to benefit you a lot more being at a longer range with an LMG than close quarters because you are going to 90% of the time as well lose the fight to an SMG, assault rifle, or a shotgun. Those are much better close quarter weapons in comparison to a light machine gun. With the light machine guns though, if you do use attachments that increase the aim down sight time, it's still not as good as basically using any other weapon in the game. When it comes to gaming, I highly recommend you do get a pair of headphones that will be surround sound. One of the key, and I mean this as seriously as possible, one of the key factors of Call of Duty is awareness. When it comes to Call of Duty, headphones are very important, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't actually have a pair of $200 surround sound headphones. You can go out right now and buy like a $20 pair of headphones and they will do the job. I use a pair of $30 headphones and they are some of the best studio grade quality ones. They're in ear, they do a really good job. The main reason I do bring this up is when I'm talking to you, example right now, I should be only coming out of your right ear, and now when I'm talking, I should only be coming out of your left. If that did happen and you could only hear me in specific ears when I said, you do have surround sound headphones, and if it didn't, I'm sorry you don't have surround sound headphones, and I highly recommend you do go invest in some. The main reason I do bring this up is because sound awareness in gaming is really important. Say for example, you're playing in a building, you're playing in Search and Destroy, you're held up, you're not doing the best, but you know there are people around you. If you want to clutch it out, you're going to need some awareness. You don't have visual cues because you can't see them. But using your ears, which I hope you do have, and I'm sorry if you don't, you're going to be able to hear where the enemy are and where they're coming from. Most people in this game don't really play that sneakily. Most people play aggressive and really aggressive at that. With this information, I highly recommend you do take a look into buying some headphones. People do play on televisions a lot of the time, and you can abuse the fact that you can hear things a lot better than they can. If you can invest in some studio headphones that go in here, which you can get for a rather cheap price, are definitely something you should look into. But if you don't like headphones that go inside of your ear, I recommend you get noise cancelling headphones that cup the side of your head and the side of your ears so the sound doesn't escape. I'll leave some links in the description for some interesting headphones that you should take a look at, and there are also some channels out there that do review them. So what game mode should you play? Would you like to play a game mode that's aggressive, or would you like to play a game mode that's extremely long and could take a while? In my opinion, what I'm going to recommend is that you try and play game modes that only last around 5 minutes. Example, the 6v6 face-off game mode is extremely good. This is on the 2v2 maps, but it has been converted into a 6v6 platform, and I highly recommend you do play it. The map pool for this game mode is very compact and precise. People will spawn extremely close to you in these games, especially in Kill Confirmed and TDM. The spawns are quite buggy, but sometimes you can take that into account and abuse it for your own benefit. When you have game modes like Domination, as you can see on screen right now, I am playing at the back, but I'm using an assault rifle which allows me to pick off people from a distance as they spawn. You could also, if you aren't playing with an LMG and thermal scope like I recommended before, you could play the 12v12 hardcore game mode, but I highly recommend you do play this game mode. Even if you are using the thermal scope method, you're probably gonna have a 2 KDA. So how do you actually get a 2 KDA? 2 kills, 1 death. If you have 10 deaths, you gotta try and get 20. The reason I'm suggesting playing short game modes is because the two correlate between each other. The quicker your games, the smaller your kill pool will be, the smaller your death pool will be. If you can get more games out in an hour instead of worrying about a massive long game which takes about 15 to 10 minutes, you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck, and you're gonna have a lot more chances to fix the issues that you had in a previous game. When it comes to the biggest thing in Call of Duty is people's mentality. A lot of people play this game in their spare time and really do struggle with playing at a competitive level. I've played Call of Duty since I was a child. I've played in COD 4 Pro Mod, if you do remember that, and I've grown with the game. I understand the market, I understand the style of game, and I'm pretty much doing very well in basically any FPS that I play. The reason I enjoy FPSs is because I have the mentality to step back sometimes and take a breath back and understand what I'm doing wrong. I don't really show it in the best light to myself and to people I play with, but that's something you should do towards yourself. If you feel like you're having a bad game, take a step back, go play some zombies and have some fun. And if you don't want to play some zombies, go play some FIFA, go play some Apex Legends, or play a different game that's just going to take you away from the negative mindset that you've had from some poor games. My name's been Clancy. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to click subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.